So the US is banning all flights from China to the US. And that affects you if you want to drop ship products from China, because usually how shipping or how products are shipped is that they just travel in the belly of the plane just together with your luggage. They're just cuddling up and usually are shipped together. Now, the problem is if they are not flying the planes, then your products aren't shipping, especially if you're starting dropshipping. Today, I'm going to give you 4 alternative ways to still sell your products and to not give up on your business and still make profits selling physical products online. I've been living in China now for 7 years. We have a sourcing company here. We've been dealing with shipping for many years. And also I'm in e-commerce. So I'm selling my own physical products. I have a partner in that business where we do multiple 7 figures a year, selling on Amazon, selling on different e-commerce platforms, really. I feel like I know the one or the other thing. So today I want to explain you a little bit. First, what is dropshipping, and then the 4 alternative ways to dropshipping things from China. Because traditionally how that works is that you sell a product that you find on, let's say, AliExpress, right, from Chinese supply. And then once the person buys the product, you take part of that money and you buy the product, then you pay the product, and then the AliExpress supplier, they ship out the product directly to the end customer that purchased your product, right? Now the problem is with that, if the planes aren't flying, your product isn't going out. And I want to give you 4 different alternatives today on how you could solve that situation. The very first way is to still use AliExpress, but look for suppliers that have inventory in the US or wherever you're selling. All you have to do for that, there's a little function where you can select where the supplier should be located. However, you have to do that with caution, because a lot of these suppliers, they don't actually have stock in the US. They're just saying. They just pretend they do so that they get you in the door, and then they say, oh yeah, we have stock in the US, but it takes 40 days to ship it. Or yeah, we have stock in the US, but it costs $20 to ship it. You know, so they just want to lure you in with that, and you need to ask the right questions to identify if they are actually there. And this really comes down, let me tell you a story, right? Because I'm living in China, and it's so much about the mentality and why people do this. So for example, I go to a coffee shop, right? And in the coffee shop, I want to get some work done, and I also want to eat something. So I sit down, I ask, do you have Wi-Fi? And the guy say, yeah, we have Wi-Fi. So cool. So I sit down, put my computer up, and order some food. The food is coming, cool, that's all done. I want to get some work done, but I can't get on the Wi-Fi. So I ask the waiter, it's like, hey, what's the Wi-Fi password? Somehow I can't get in. And I say, oh, the Wi-Fi doesn't work. I said, what do you mean? Yeah, it doesn't work today. Yeah, but I asked you, do you have Wi-Fi? Yeah, we have Wi-Fi. Does it work? No. And this situation, you might chuckle, you might like, haha, like that's like, how is that even possible? This is a thing that happens every day, all the time, in any situation in China. It's just the mentality, because the people, if you ask the person a question, they do not think about why you asked the question or the outcome of it or reasoning behind it. It's a very simple question, simple answer. That's how it works. So if you go to an AliExpress supplier and you ask them, do you have stock in the US? And they say yes. Well, do you have stock in the US today? No. Or they say, yes, we have. And then you can ask, well, do you have 100 pieces in stock? And I say, no. Or they say, yes, we have 100 pieces. And you say, can I order 100 pieces from you today from the US? Yes, you can. How long is it going to take? 40 days. Boom, they're out. How much is it going to be? $20 per product. Boom, they're out. So you really need to interview all of these suppliers. So all you just got to do is filter it, go to AliExpress, filter by suppliers that ship from the US, that have stock in the US. And by the way, I just keep bringing up the US. This works from any other country. So they are some of them have stock in Turkey, some of them have stock in the UK and other parts of Europe, or even Australia. So you just need to filter that. But you need to make sure that you interview them. That is the method number 1, is going to AliExpress and looking for suppliers that can, or that actually have inventory in your country. Option number 2 is to use a local dropshipper. So there are wholesalers who actually already import products in bulk, and they sea ship them into the US or any other country, and they just store them in a big warehouse where then they sell them in wholesale. So meaning they sell them to, you know, big box stores, to retailers, to online shops, to whatever. They sell these products, and a lot of them actually drop ship. However, it's not as easy as just going on AliExpress, picking a supplier and going. It is actually a little bit harder, and you need some more time with that. So you need to contact people, you need to message them, you need to send them emails, because you know, in China, you have a very different work ethic, and everything is very convenient. But in your country, people don't work like they work in China. They don't work 7 days a week. They don't work after 10. They like weekends. They have holidays, you know. So and people that work from home, like oftentimes it's not working out. So you need to put a lot of effort in finding these people. You can Google that though, and you can just Google for like dropshipping, USA dropshipping niche. So USA dropshipping office supplies, for example. And then you can find shops that have that. Oftentimes they look really crappy and shitty, and like they're 20 years behind with web design. But it doesn't matter. You can still go with them, and actually it's not a bad sign. So just don't get disencouraged. You can really work with these people. That is the second way, which would be drop shipping from a local domestic supplier, where it's the same situation. Plus, you have actually much quicker shipping times than you have from China, because they already have stock in the country where you want to sell anyway. There are two more options. I'm just going to put them together. And those options are actually the most profitable options you can use, and that is buying in bulk. So as soon as you validated that your product is working, as soon as you know that you can profitably acquire customers, that you can make the numbers work, then you can always buy in bulk. Now there are two options. So this is option 3, and option 4 is to buy in bulk. Option 3, buy in bulk from China. Option 4, buy in bulk from a domestic wholesaler. Now here's the difference between them. You can buy in bulk from China, which is usually the most profitable one, because everything is made in China and everything is cheapest in China. But it is also a lot of hassle and a lot of risk in that. And Chinese suppliers might overcharge you. In fact, they probably overcharge you. In fact, they definitely overcharge you. So you need to work with someone who is on the ground in China. Now, I happen to own a sourcing company, by the way, coincidentally. So if you want to work with us, if you want to find out how we actually work and how we can save you a lot of money on that, just schedule a call with me below here. There's a link in the description. We can jump on the phone and I'll tell you all about it. That is the most profitable way. However, it also takes time, because you actually need to import the products and to ship the products by sea to the US or by truck or train to Europe, right? And that takes time. So it has both pros and cons, and if you actually want to see all the pros and cons between all of those different methods, make sure to check out the other videos that just went out the last day. So head over here to the channel, check out the other videos. There are all the pros and cons in detailed laid out, so make sure you do that. If you order in bulk from a domestic supplier, from a wholesaler, it's not crazy much expensive. However, you have different order fees, you have other certain things that you need to work with. They might not have the amount of units that you need. They might not have the whole inventory that you need to supply your people. So that is something you need to go over the pros and cons there and see what's better. Is it better for me to buy in China and just use Niels to do the whole thing for me and don't really spend any more money on it? Or is it better to buy from a local supplier and go through the hassle and doing that? Both ways are fine. Both ways, you buy them in bulk and then you ship them to a domestic, local fulfillment center that can then fulfill your orders. Basically, the customer orders, automatically goes, the fulfillment center gets a message and they send out your product. That is the next option that you can do. So let's recap the 4 options. Option number 1 is go to AliExpress and find suppliers that have stock in the US. Option number 2 is find a local dropshipper. So some wholesaler who already did the hassle of importing all of the products into the US and then use them to dropship products for you. Options 3 and 4 is buying them in bulk, buying them in China or buying them domestically and then having them in a fulfillment center to ship out your orders. Now, if you want to learn more about that, if you actually want to get mentored and guided through the process of setting this up, of starting from scratch to replacing a full-time income with e-commerce profits, make sure to check out a free web class that I have here for you, because over the last years, we've sold multiple 7 figures in e-commerce, and I want to share all of the stuff that we did. I want to share all my secrets with you that I learned over the last 4 or 5 years doing e-commerce, doing multiple 7 figures, selling physical products. And I want to share all of my secrets with you. And a few of you guys, I want to actually guide you through and mentor you through. So make sure to watch the whole free web class that you can find in the description below. It's free to sign up. Just sign up, watch the whole thing. It might change your life. It did change mine. It might change yours. It might not. But then at least an hour, you learned all of the things necessary to succeed in e-commerce. So that's it from me today. Make sure to check in back tomorrow. Make sure to subscribe to this channel because we have more videos launching just like that. And if you have a question, just post it in the comments and I'll answer it there for you. Catch you tomorrow.